Ugo and Jay joining. I think Sam and a few others are coming a little bit later on the show. Gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Welcome. Is I pronounced that right? Is it Ugo?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, right. Welcome. Making your debut on your channel as well today. Jay, what did you make of your team, Chelsea, tonight?
Overall, yeah, buzzing, because we saw the pattern of all the other previous games starting to happen when Wolves got that goal and we looked like completely gone. And to win after that in that first half is a good feeling. To come over that, and get away from that is really positive. I think for me, I think it's that's been the problem every game. It's like we've started strong and we've fallen off, and we've done the same pattern today, but then we've found something else. We've found that extra gear to go and get the win, and it was a decent performance from a lot of players, to be fair, and also a good one because Palmer wasn't at his very, very best. Still was good, but we still found goals, and that's always positive as well. So yeah, overall buzzing, to be honest.
Absolutely. And Ugo, yourself as well. Do you echo that, or do you see it slightly differently?
For me, I slightly would echo that, but it was like started well, high intensity, high pressure, get the first goal, and then it was like a gradual regress. We're not going forward anymore, we're not pressing anymore, just let Wolves come onto us, and then they get their goal. Then second half, intensity again, and even after the second goal, you could still see a drop again. So I'm like, where is this intensity? After you've got the first goal, that's when you should. After you've got that goal to put you ahead, that's where you should, pin the opposition back, pop the ball around them, but rather dropping back. So happy to get the 3 points, but I think that's something that I don't know if it's from Enzo Maresca. I doubt if it's from him, but it seems to be happening every game, even against Bournemouth. Got the goal and then dropped on, allowed the Bournemouth players to come on to us. And like in my lifetime, the team that I saw that brought this tiki-taka, passing game were Barcelona, under Frank Rijkaard, and the likes. But each time they would get their goal, each time Barcelona would score, it would be, we dominate you with our passes and keep you pending. But with Chelsea teams, we get the goal and then we just, okay, attack us. And knowing that no matter how you want to look at it, Chelsea's strong point isn't their defense. And then Sanchez, I think he's kind of like a chicken right now that's being fattened. That's what I think Clear Lake are trying to do, fatten him up, and then once he gets, so you can have shooters having a look, oh, he's pretty decent, oh, he's kind of nice, and then somehow you can sell him off, and then maybe they're bringing that Mike Pender's kid. So yeah.
I hear you on that. I do. Just want to change the subject slightly. Yes, the Times have confirmed that Chelsea are considering a move for Dusan Vlahovic after they held talks to offload their defender Renato Vega to the Italian club. So it seems like the talks have happened at that point. So potentially, and look, with Jackson dropping another game without a goal, the need to have another goal scorer seems to have increased at Chelsea somewhat. So, Garnacho, Vlahovic potentially coming in to bolster that attack. Rival perspective, Hussam, how did you see Chelsea tonight?
I'm sorry, but I have to say, before I answer the question, I know you want your question answered, and I'm going to answer it, but Garnacho, come on. Yo, if you pay 50 million for Garnacho, I have no words to describe what the hell Chelsea are doing, to be honest with you. That would just be the most hilarious transfer of all time.
I got a theory, though. And it's a nice theory.
That he's going to kill it at Chelsea. That's your theory.
No, it's not about football per se. If they do, say they buy him and he ends up being really bad, like people are predicting, I'm starting to look at it and think, are all clubs just sometimes buying players off each other and going, listen, we'll drop 60 on a player you don't want to help you with finances, but in the next year or two, you're going to need to do the same for us. Because for some, like when you actually think about it, right? I like Garnacho, but let me just put my subjectivity aside and be objective. Most Chelsea fans don't want Garnacho. Most Man United fans didn't want Mason Mount. Most Arsenal fans didn't want Kai Havertz, but yet the deal still happened. Maybe there's a little bit here of like we'll help each other. I don't know. It just seems a little weird. Seems a little weird.
Listen,
yeah.
it could be controversial, as you're saying. Maybe there is like some form of like weirdness in football. You never know. But that's just like the fact that you're saying that is just making me laugh, to be honest with you.
I'd rather take the points deduction than do us favors for Garnacho. You know
Fair
what I mean?
enough. Fair enough. But the other one that you mentioned, Vlahovic, I think is a different type of signing. That's a signing, obviously, that helps Chelsea because he's just clinical. And I'm telling all the Chelsea fans right now, I am not the biggest Serie A viewer, but every time I watch Vlahovic, this thing is consistent. Everyone needs to understand you are signing a robot. If you want flicks and tricks, if you want sexy footballer, that's not him. He's a robot who scored goals. So just get ready mentally for him, you know, tripping over his own dribble and stuff like this. But he will get you goals in the penalty box. Now, in terms of today's performance, Chelsea 100% deserve to win today's game. 100% deserve to win today's game. I'm not going to do the Arsenal thing. You know, the Arsenal fans come up here always and it's like, oh, the only ones that are that deserve to win is Arsenal. All the other clubs like, oh, they were lucky to win. You know, even though you had 5 XG or something, somehow you were lucky. So when it comes to today's game, Chelsea 100% deserve to win. They were the dominant team from start to finish. I think with Sanchez, like, there must be uncomfortable conversations about him now because they do have this young keeper and Jorgensen, who's not unbelievable, who's not great, but at least give him a chance. And I'm always a fan of giving, you know, some player a chance if you know what you have is crap, because, you know, maybe the other guy is just better. Maybe the other guy is just better than what you're playing right now. Because he made Chelsea feel nervous for no reason whatsoever. Like, he literally made Chelsea feel nervous and scared for no reason whatsoever. There was no reason to make that mistake. And if you look at Caicedo's reaction, it's hilarious. It's like Caicedo wanted to punch Sanchez after. It's actually genuinely so funny, to be honest with you. But Chelsea deserved to win today's game. You know, even without Cole Palmer performing at the level expected of him, which shows you that they do have a versatile squad and they're not just Palmer FC. I thought, to be honest with you, like the unsung hero of today's game for me was Dewsbury Hall. I actually thought he had a good game for someone with no expectations on him whatsoever, for like someone who would consider prototypically average. He performed today. He was everywhere. He was tackling. He was doing interceptions. He was there defensively when needed. But Chelsea's best player continues to rise, Moises Caicedo. I was saying from the start of the season, I think he's Chelsea's best player, and he was, again, unbelievable today. I thought Chalobah made a great game today on his way back. But overall, look, Chelsea need to understand they are in a top 4 race. They must accept this now. It's a top 4 thing. It was tighter race at the start. We didn't expect Chelsea to win, but they were just in it until they were out of it. Now they're in a top 4 race. And in a top 4 race, you're going to drop points here and there. But as long as you're not dropping points on a consistent level, like 6 games in a row, 7 games in a row, you should be good to go. Now, the problem from a Chelsea perspective is, like, kind of the how can I say this? Like, the level that they built between them and Manchester City and Newcastle and stuff from the beginning of the season is now gone. So they have to be, to a certain extent, a little bit more flawless in terms of getting results, instead of getting wins, in terms of obviously getting results. And speaking of, next week, they go away to the Etihad. Now, if they win that game...
This week. It's this week. But yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. If they win that game, then, you know, their top 4 chances are a lot higher because they will put a dent on Manchester City's hopes as well. So there's important games coming up for them, but they deserve to win this game. I can't even say anything shameless. It's just the fact that Maresca now need to look take a look at himself, and they need to like, as a collective, just drop Robert Sanchez because it's just not worth it. You have to give someone else a chance.
Yeah. Winter Surfer, Andrew, how are you, mate? And Chelsea tonight, back to winning ways. It must feel nice. It's been over a month since you got a victory in the Premier League. Were you happy with the response and the performance?
I was happy with the start, and then we sort of dropped off after we scored, the intensity and stuff like that. And then that absolute clowning goal. I mean, he's the tallest person on the pitch to begin with. I don't even know what, you know, absolute bozo. Right? I mean, but I can't keep criticizing Sanchez, Terry, when I know how awful he is. I've got to criticize the coach for picking him all the time. Do you know what I mean? I just don't. You know, he's not that good because Chelsea don't even release training videos of this guy like they did with the previous goalkeepers. Do you know what I mean? That's how bad he is. to try and prop him. You know what I mean? That's how bad he is. And then Madueke and KDH worked together to help Cucurella. I thought Madueke was absolutely shocking tonight. He was absolutely appalling on that right-hand side. I mean, I don't need Garnacho. I've got Madueke. I don't know why we need to buy Garnacho as well. I got him, but yeah, and same with Sam. I've got KDH. He probably won't get mentioned a lot, but he was very, very good today. In from the cold, literally. I thought Cucurella was good as well. Chalobah, like I said, had a goal taken off him by Noni. That should have been Chalobah's goal. But yeah, back to winning ways, a must-win game with everyone dropping points around us or here and there. So we needed to do that, especially going away to the Etihad. And a month ago, if you'd asked me about this game at the Etihad, I would have thought after the Brentford game, we and the way both teams were performing, we can go there and win. But we've had a flipping in run of form, and it's going to be probably take a point now.
But you still can win, though.
I know, but I just think the run of form and confidence is a bit low on our side, and it's a bit higher on their side.
I think we won't have Caicedo as well.
But I think that we looked, if we're finishing the game a midfield of Caicedo and Cucurella, we need to get a midfielder or recall like Hugo Tukro or something like that.
Where was Enzo? Is he injured?
Yeah, he's injured. Yeah, him and Lavia are both out injured again. So
are they back for next week?
I have no idea. Maresca will tell us. But yeah.
Can I just say one thing quick? I think the key to you beating City is playing Palmer right wing.
Completely different.
I think it will be key if we don't play Sanchez as well. If we don't play Sanchez, we'll probably stand a chance. So it's one of, honestly. If we're getting Garnacho, can he play in goal? I'd have probably put Garnacho in goal. Honestly, Terry, you have to be that bad when you are in the same level as Kepa. You know, what I mean? You have to be that bad. He saw Onana yesterday. Terry went, "Hold my beer. I got something for you right now. I got something for you." Honestly,
it's crazy because the thing with Kepa is, shocking. I'm not defending Kepa in any capacity, but his problem was it was shot stopping, which, by the way,
he was just too short.
Yeah, his shot stopping was bad and his reaction time was bad. When it comes to Sanchez, when we look at Onana's mistakes, not sometimes, they shouldn't be mistakes. Tonight's, he was under no real pressure. You're a big, tall bloke, just punch the ball. And he's flimsy. For a man his size, there's no strength there. You got Onana yesterday, goes down on the floor, a ball moving, I don't know, 10 miles an hour. I would be disappointed if my 10-year-old son couldn't scoop that up first time in his hands. And he can't do it. Those kind of mistakes for me, they're concentration. And that's why I was saying earlier, if you keep someone like Sanchez, no matter how good you are out on field, no matter how good you are defensively, great strikers you might bring in, when you get to that elite end of the spectrum and you try and win a Premier League up against this City team, I know they've fallen off this year, but we know how good they typically are, or against this Liverpool side, that will be the difference. That will be the difference why one of them gets 95 points and you end up with 92 points because of the mistakes you'll get from him.
I also thought Reece James was good minutes again today, good defensively, stuff like that. He just had to deal with that bozo Madueke on the right wing as well. So, 3 points needed, much needed. Let's get back on track now and secure this top 4 spot.
Yeah, very, very, very important.